Update: I want to break up with my magician boyfriend due to his inappropriate magic trick. Original post: my boyfriend, 27 male, and I, 24 female, have been together for 1 year and 3 months. Our relationship has been very loving, but has started to get bumpy ever since we moved in together for our 1-year anniversary. A little backstory: I'm in college right now pursuing my master's degree in archaeology, while also working as a library clerk to earn money. My boyfriend works as a magician for parties and events. Despite our different career paths, I've never had a problem with his career choice because it makes him happy. He has always found a way to make every day magical, which has been sweet. About 9-ish months into our relationship, I had the opportunity to go on a 2-month archaeological excavation in another country for school. Despite us becoming long distance, he had no problem with me going and was very happy for me. He would send me gifts, letters, and even sent things for my colleagues to brighten up their days. While we were doing long distance, we made plans to move into an apartment together when I got back due to how much we missed each other. A few days after I returned, we moved in together, which has been awful so far. Before living together, we would see each other a few times a week due to my busy schedule. But now that we live together, we see each other all the time. And he has started to do magic all the time. He will make my keys disappear as I'm trying to go to work or school. He tries to practice his card tricks on me while I'm doing homework. He makes the cleaning rag vanish when I ask him to clean, and he recently did something that makes me want to end the relationship. I have never been in this serious of a relationship before, so I don't want to throw our loving relationship away just because of these bad few months. Last month, we were getting steamy and he went down on me, which isn't unusual. While he was doing that, he was saying some dirty talk here and there. I was lost in the moment for obvious reasons, but I snapped out of it when he said, "Oh, how did that get in there?" And I watched him pull a coin from my crotch. He found the coin moment hilarious, but it just took me out of the moment and instantly made me annoyed, so we stopped. Later, I told him that doing magic in the bedroom made me literally dry up, so I asked him to keep that kind of magic out of the bedroom. He explained that he was trying to make me laugh and have fun, and he didn't apologize for it. I talked with some of my friends about it and they thought it was funny, so I figured I was overreacting and needed to lighten up a bit. But he didn't do any magic tricks in the bedroom for the next few weeks. However, 4 days ago we were doing it, and he suddenly started to yell, "Ow!" So I quickly got off of him and asked what was wrong. He tells me, "I think there's something in you. Let me check." I laid on the bed like I was at the goddamn gyno because I trusted that if something was wrong, he would find it. After like 2 minutes, he says, "Oh, here it is." And I watched as he pulled up a long ribbon thing that kept going and going and going. It took a second for me to realize that it was one of his magic tools that he had purposely put in me while he was checking to see what he felt. He found it hilarious and couldn't stop laughing while he was pulling the string more and more. I ripped the thing out and yelled at him for doing another magic trick like that, even though I told him not to. He told me that he was just adding more fun to our sex life and that he wanted to see what the magic trick would look like if it was coming out from a crotch. The original magic trick involves putting the coil thing in your own mouth and pulling out the plastic string for a while. I was mad, so I made him go stay at his parents' house for the past few days. This morning, I talked with him some more, but he still thinks it's not a big deal. I get that he's a magician and that he loves magic, but I'm still upset about him breaking that boundary I had set. I'm fine with his magic tricks 85% of the time, but sex is where I draw the line. I'm someone who needs to have a strong, trusting, and close relationship with someone before I can even think about sleeping with them. So him breaking my boundary has really hurt me, and I've lost my trust in him. However, everyone I have talked to about the situation says that what he did was hilarious. And I have been told by multiple people that I'm overreacting, which is why I decided to go to Reddit. We have built a strong relationship, and I really saw myself marrying him one day. I fully trusted him, and now I don't know if I ever can again. Should we break up, or can we fix this and stay together? I'm lost, so I'd appreciate any advice. Thanks. Now for the top advice before reading the update. The magic is gone. It's time for you to disappear. Yep, time to leave this act. I dated a magician. It didn't get this bad, but most of the daily life? Yup. You used to see him, now you don't. Magic aside, let me tell you, a partner who constantly plays incredibly unfunny jokes or pranks after you told them that you do not find it funny is exhausting and irritating. And that dynamic is really good at destroying any healthy relationship that might have been there. I've been with one like this, and I'm glad that I'm not anymore. Now for the update. First off, thank you everyone for the advice in the comments of my previous post. I was lost and looking for some advice because of the uncomfortable situation, and people around me felt differently about it than I did. People in the comments were right. I should trust my own feelings rather than search for answers from the people around me. That's something I've struggled with my whole life because my family is very reliant on each other, and my parents are both helicopter parents. So I learned from a young age that I couldn't trust my own instincts because other people know better, which is why I asked my friends and mom about the situation. I have a lot more work to do in trusting myself, but at least I'm working on it now. Here's what happened. After my previous post, I read through some of the comments and realized that what my boyfriend did would be considered assault. It wasn't something I'd even considered because I was only seeing it as him doing something stupid in the bedroom that broke my boundary and made me uncomfortable. But seeing those comments opened up my eyes a lot. If he was willing to break my boundary after only a year of dating and could do that to me in the bedroom, then what else could he be capable of? I met with him the next day at our apartment, and I told him about my feelings, which he didn't seem to care about. I showed him the Reddit post so he could see that other people were also uncomfortable with what happened. He read through your comments, but when he saw the word assault being used a few times, he got really aggravated. I had never seen him that angry before, but he was screaming nonstop and even whipped my coffee mug across the room. I ended up crying because I was scared, and I think that snapped him back to reality or something because he stopped yelling and started trying to comfort me. I made him leave our apartment again because I didn't want to be around him anymore. That night, my friends helped me pack up my stuff and took me to my parents' house, which is where I'm at now. After I was out of the apartment and safe, I called him and broke up with him over the phone because I didn't feel comfortable doing it in person after his previous reaction. I'm so upset that I wasted over a year of my life dating him and even thinking about a future with him. Thank you all for giving me the courage to follow my feelings and break up with him for good. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you for all the jokes. They've lightened the mood and helped me feel a bit better about the situation. Yes, as a grab, the magic is gone and it's time for me to disappear. Bold strategy to prove he isn't abusive by chucking a coffee mug. Happy you are safely out of there, OP. And just like that, poof, the girlfriend disappeared. Ah, his greatest trick. Don't be upset about wasting time on someone. You're young and it was a year. These wasted times are so pivotal to us as adults. What you got from that relationship is a spine. You stood on your own 2 feet and said, not once but twice, this isn't an acceptable way to treat me and it isn't okay. This is a tool you will use for the rest of your life in many types of relationships. Don't feel sad. Feel empowered. Next story. Update. I just broke off my engagement with fiancé because he told me he wasn't ready when proposing. We're going to therapy, but I feel like I gave up already. Original post. Kinda long story, but I really need advice on this. Hi, so I 24 female and my fiancé, 26 male, have been together for 6 years, living together for 2 years, and engaged for 1 year and 2 months. We've been a really cool couple. Same sense of humor. We have common interests. We enjoy the same things. We're basically one person at this point. I thought we had great communication. Turns out I was wrong. The one thing is, I feel like his mother. He takes no initiative. He doesn't initiate physical contact, not even mention sex here, though that's a bigger problem. No initiative makes me feel really unattractive. He won't ask me out for dates, won't hug me or cuddle with me unless I ask. So I do it all. I arrange dates, I try to get closer, to communicate more. I decide what we do and where we go out, etc. Basically, he comes home from work, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day, takes out his laptop and just does whatever. Probably just plays games. Then we fold laundry while watching a TV show and go to sleep. Pretty much just living like flatmates, or like a very old married couple. I tried to talk to him about it, but he'd always say he'll try to do better, and he would, for 2 to 3 months. Then things would go back to how they were. But here's what broke me. On Monday, I started the conversation again and tried to get him to act and agree to couples counseling. Well, we started talking about how he never mentioned getting married since the proposal. I'd started looking for wedding venues. I drove us to one and suggested we book it, and he said he'd rather see more before making a decision. I asked him to look for something, and we could go check it out, and he admitted that he hasn't even Googled anything since September. And he basically told me he proposed because he felt like I expected or wanted it, while he wasn't 100% ready. I took the ring off, saying it feels like a lie because it meant something different to him than to me. And he took it, said, "I promise you, I'll give it to you when I'm ready." So he wasn't ready 14 months ago, and during those months, nothing changed, and he still isn't ready to be engaged. I've loved this man for 6 years, but now it turns out he proposed because he had to, still had doubts, and let me look for wedding stuff, create Pinterest boards, and make guest lists, while knowing it was all built on a lie. It feels like I proposed to myself, while he just stood by and watched. We have couples therapy today, just like he booked on Monday, but now I have no idea what to do. I agreed because I wanted us to work out the initiative thing, but that was before I found out he didn't really want to be engaged. I'm going there today, and I feel like I'm lying to him because I don't think I can continue this relationship after what he did. He's trying hard to take initiative again and be closer to me, but it feels like it's too late. How can I handle this? I'm giving him hope with this therapy, while considering breaking things off because of the engagement thing. Can I forgive this and move on? Now for the top advice before reading the update. Don't help. Trust your gut. If after 6 years together he's not ready to make you his partner for life, he may never be. And you'll be waiting around for nothing. He already told you how he felt. And at that point, while I can absolutely see his argument about being too young, he lacks the balls to have an honest discussion with you about timelines. At this point, it seems like he's honestly just still with her out of a sense of complacency rather than love for her or desire to maintain or further the relationship. He probably only proposed to her because he felt like she would leave him if he didn't. We all deserve partners who want to be with us, not partners who just don't want to do the work of finding somebody new. Agreed. OP, it feels like he doesn't want to get married and just gave you a ring to get you off his back. I'll be really honest, you are 24. You are way too young to deal with his BS. You have your whole life in front of you. After 6 years, if he does not feel ready to marry, it's time to break up and focus on living your best life. Focus on your career, your friends, traveling, volunteering, hobbies. You do not want to settle, and you do not want to marry someone who is settling for you or marrying you just to get you off his back. After being married for 25 years, I can honestly say marriage is hard and beautiful, but it only works if both people are committed to one another, honest with one another, and communicate openly. At this point, move out and move on. Now for the update 7 months later. I figured I'd post an update to this. I read many comments and they really helped me. Thank you for sharing your experiences. They opened my eyes. So yeah, TLDR, he wasn't ready when he proposed. He won't admit it, but I'm pretty sure it was a shut-up ring. Which is sad, because I never really cared about marriage in the first place. We went to therapy, and I said the same things I'd written in the previous post. He struggled to answer any questions. Didn't really say anything that he hadn't before. The therapist suggested we could try living separately, but I think she could tell we were going to break up soon, LOL. I took a few days to think, but finally broke up with him about a week after writing the first post. And it kind of broke me to see his reaction. At first, he was really dramatic, constantly trying to make himself the victim. Something about us being a ship that's sinking, and I'm about to jump and give up, but he's still holding on tightly. Accused me of not giving him a chance now that he actually wants to do something and change. I had to remind him a few times that he's the one who broke my heart first. He lied for months and took the ring back. Then more dramatics, crying, etc. But the next day, everything was normal. He was behaving like nothing happened, no more fighting for the relationship or even being hurt. He said, "We're going to be good friends," and acted like nothing's happened. Over the next few days, I'd occasionally get comments like, "If anyone asks what happened, I can't say we broke up. I have to say you broke my heart and left me." Or, "At least you stopped pretending you love me." Other than that, no crying, no arguments. He was acting as per usual. It just broke my heart, again, to see how he didn't even try. That he really didn't care much. Shouldn't be surprised, really, yet here we are. I asked him 3 times to move out, gave him a deadline of 2 weeks. So 3 weeks since he took the ring back. He acted hurt, said, "Wow, I didn't expect you'd want to get rid of me so soon," but didn't really start looking. You know what actually made him get a flat and leave? My parents telling him to get lost because he lived here in their home this whole time. Without paying any bills, they took him in like a son. They told him to pack his stuff and never come back. Since then, he's been acting offended that they treated him like that and that he had to leave. He moved out yesterday. I helped him with moving. I'm on my own now after 6.5 years with that one man. New year, new me, I guess. But yeah, thanks to everyone who commented and read my story. Not gonna lie, I would love some encouragement. It feels like a part has been ripped from me. I need to know this feeling will go away. P.S. He found the first post and read the comments. He wanted to post his own comment to show his side of things, but thankfully, he gave up LOL. The sheer freaking audacity of this guy. I'm going to have to tell people you broke my heart and left me. Week prior, he didn't even want to be engaged. F off. Doesn't want to commit, refuses to put any effort in the relationship, and also wants to lie after the fact to protect himself because he knew people would shame him for his behavior. All around selfish prick. I'm not surprised he doesn't even have the decency to tell the truth. All while living on her parents' dime. He really doesn't want to do adulting in any way. OP can thank her lucky stars for getting her out of that mess before the knot was tied. She is going to be so much happier in an actual partnership. And he is going to spend his life alone because he won't ever take the initiative to date anyone, and he'll blame it on her breaking his heart and dumping him. You dodged a major bullet. Your ex plays mind games, plays victim, won't take responsibility. You would have married a man-child. Congrats on putting yourself first. I know a few people like this. This lack of initiative is almost certainly a broader issue that is affecting his life pretty severely, which OP of course knew about, but she put up with it for years. The problem with having no initiative is that it's a condition that is very resistant to getting help and working on changing it. After 6.5 years with that one man, your relationship began when you guys were kids and have now grown up wanting different things. Breaking up is tough, but you are quite young, OP. There is a whole world out there waiting for you. Live your life, find a job you like, travel, and don't settle for someone who will not fight for you.